before we begin the CNG conversation, let's talk about the power grid collapse, Mr. Oni, and I'm sure that you have quite a few things to share in that regard. I'm particularly curious about the explanation provided by the TCN, which says is what is responsible for this round of grid collapse. It says that a rise in frequency from 50.33 megahertz to 51.44 megahertz is the cause of this collapse. Pray tell how a rise in frequency can cause grid collapse. We're supposed to be experiencing increase in generation. So is this to say that we should prepare for more collapses, Mr. Oni?
Okay, there are several reasons for grid collapses. Some of them are technical, and some of this goes to poor infrastructure. I was having a conversation yesterday around spinning reserves. Part of the challenge we have is that typically you should have what they call ancillary services, so that when there is an imbalance or one or two plants go out of service or are de-energized, certain plants that are on reserve kick in immediately. And one of such is supposed to be Zungeru. But the problem is that you have problems across those lines. They're already loaded. We do not have sufficient capacity across the transmission lines, such that if there is a challenge on one line, you cannot immediately get a Zungeru, for example, to come on stream. So it's the same problems we've had, and the fact that this infrastructure is old. You talk about 50 years, 60 years. So until we do a major upgrade, we may still from time to time continue to have these challenges. Now, I think the minister has done something quite smart, getting people to, because another thing about Nigeria is that there's a lot of guesswork. There are too many people saying too many things, but you need to get to the root of it. And I'm sure you are aware that a committee was set up and their report was submitted, I think, yesterday or day before yesterday, so that we understand the full dimension, so that we're not hearing lack of EMS today, SCADA tomorrow, low frequency, all of those. So we want to be sure what those challenges are, so that we're not just throwing money at the problem. So for me, it's lack of what we should have done over a long period of time. I'll say one more thing. Between 1987 and about 2016, we did not have any major grid upgrade. Now imagine what the population was in 1987 and what it was in 2016 and what it is now. So if you don't continue to improve or maintain, and we've had this challenge as a country, maintenance culture, if you don't continue to maintain what you have, it will go bad. Tinapa is an example. Obudu Cattle Ranch is an example. So you've got examples everywhere. So, I mean, the answers are staring us in the face. That's what I'll leave it at.